And my dog's house.
Did I walk out in the middle of your story?
Yeah. Okay, I can't film it though.
Oh, are you doing something right now?
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Kind of.
Oh.
She just started.
Hey you guys, it's Britt, and for today's video I'm going to be discussing the CoolSculpting effects. So it has been about 2 months since I've gotten the CoolSculpting done. I did go to a place that's kind of by me, and they were really great. I'm gonna link them in the description just because they did an awesome job, honestly. I was really happy with the effects that I got, and I'm actually still continuing to go through the effects. I did not realize this, but when I went for my CoolSculpting appointment for her to see, you know, the before and afters and everything and see how I was healing, she actually told me that it does take a total of 3 months to see effects from your first CoolSculpting procedure. On August 5th, I'll let you guys know, probably on Twitter. I probably won't make a full in-depth video. Maybe I'll update you guys with like a before and after picture of, like, you know, the final results. And if you don't know what CoolSculpting is where they take a machine and they kind of suck your skin into the machine, and the machine actually gets very cold on your skin. And what that does is it actually freezes your fat cells, quite literally, and it makes it so they can't survive any longer. So slowly over a 3-month period, your cells begin to die off, and then the fat kind of essentially freezes itself away. It's not instantaneous. Your fat does filter out through your system. It is a procedure that you are able to walk out and go do whatever you want to do, whether you have work in the next couple of hours, whether you have a freaking tennis game to play. It's a very easy walk-in, walk-out procedure. I got 2 applicators. They were smaller applicators done on my abdomen, and they took about 30 minutes each. So I was there for a total of maybe an hour and a half, just with everything being set up. For me, when I first walked in, I had to get undressed and put on these like weird short things that were really flattering, and she took some pictures, and then I laid down on the medical bed and we started the procedure, and after that hour it was done and it was over with. I have been drinking a lot of water because she did state that drinking a lot of water does really help with the healing process and everything. I didn't really diet much. I didn't really change anything else other than just going through the process, mostly because I wanted to really see, does CoolSculpting work with just, you know, doing the procedure and not changing anything else in your life. I do know everyone's results are different. Some people just, if they store fat in a certain area of their bodies, they might need more than 1 procedure. She did state that that was completely normal. She told me before that I may need 1 or 2 or possibly even 3 procedures to really get to the goal that I was looking for. I just do want to touch on the reason that I got CoolSculpting done as well. I don't have any kind of body dysmorphic issues or anything like that. That's not why I got it done. I really wanted to tone up my stomach. I had been doing sit-ups and push-ups and all kinds of ab workouts. I have downloaded a bunch of different, you know, ab workout from home things. I don't like going to the gym. It makes me uncomfortable. Everything that I was doing at home wasn't working. I had seen advertisements for CoolSculpting, and I said, you know what, I kind of want to try that and see if that helps. I wanted to see if CoolSculpting was a viable way for me to get to that goal. It wasn't necessarily like because I wasn't happy with my body. I was actually very happy with how my body was. There was just, you know, a little trouble area of, you know, kind of like an area of fat that I really wanted to get rid of as much as I possibly could have, which I think, you know, even through diet and exercise is something that people want. They obviously want to look their best. They want to feel their best. I semi-changed my diet. I don't have a terrible diet to begin with. I want to touch on the pain. So when I first went for my consultation, she was informing me that the pain was very minuscule, if not non-existent, or just mildly uncomfortable. I did not experience that I think it's because I am a smaller person, and a lot of the people who get CoolSculpting done are either bigger or older, or have more skin than I do because they're aging. And so because my skin doesn't have any elasticity really to it, it's just, it's just there. It was actually very painful. For me, it felt like a suction on, like, in my organs, which I know sounds really disgusting, but it was actually very painful. I felt a lot of cramping during it, and I was getting it towards my uterus, and I did read up that can actually happen if you're going towards your uterus with the CoolSculpting machine. So I would say, in terms of pain, on the first side that she did, which was the left side, I was like doubled over in pain. I was crying. I would say that was probably a 7 out of 10. For the other side, it actually wasn't as bad, and that one was more like a 5 out of 10, with just really mostly being uncomfortable. I did Google side effects of CoolSculpting, and something that I want to touch on, if you are already susceptible to anxiety or depression, CoolSculpting can actually make it worse during the healing process. Some of the reasoning that I found in some articles that I was reading, they were saying that even during lipo, really any kind of weight loss or fat loss program like that's like pretty much instantaneous, or over a couple of months, a period of time where you're healing from that, you actually are very susceptible to panic attacks and depressive episodes. There were a couple articles that were stating that the healing process, it's because your body is filtering out a part of you, essentially. Like, if you have a place that stores your fat, essentially, like, that's a part of you that you're losing. So your body feels that and panics, trying to hold on to it. During the healing process, it was about 2 weeks. I had a lot of soreness. I had a lot of sensitivity. My stomach was numb where she did the CoolSculpting, and that's all normal. After about 2 weeks, I started to slowly gain feeling back, and I would say about 3 weeks after is when I actually got feeling. I'm going to pull up some questions that I did get on my Twitter, because I did ask you guys on my Twitter if you had any questions in regards to the CoolSculpting process. I pretty much answered everything except for Sam did ask me, does it work long-term or is it just a short-term thing? It does work long-term. So after your fat cells freeze, there's nothing for them to hang on to and continue to populate on. Essentially what CoolSculpting does is it makes it so that you can actually gain fat more evenly across your body, instead of in just one spot where you're maybe storing more fat than other people might be. The pricing was a little expensive. It depends on your target area, what you want. You can get a plethora of areas touched and sculpted and things like that. So it really does depend on where you're going, the target area that you want, how big that area is. The other thing I want to say is make sure that you're doing your research. Ensure that the practice you're going to is CoolSculpting certified. You want to make sure that they have all of the up-to-date tools and things like that. Otherwise, the results that you might get, it might not work for you, because the tools that they're using and the systems that they're using might be out of date or just not certified. So make sure you're doing your research and make sure your practice is CoolSculpting certified. They do have to tell you that they are CoolSculpting certified as well, and show you the certification, which I was able to see as well. But that's all I have to say about CoolSculpting. I would 10 out of 10 recommend this. If you're someone who struggles with the target area of fat or anything like that, I would definitely recommend it. There's a million things that can be done with CoolSculpting. It's very cool. They can essentially shape your body without doing surgery. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe. Also, feel free to open that description box and check me out. I do have all of my social media links listed there below. And if you have more questions, I'll certainly answer them in the comments for you. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Freaking planes, man. Why do they have to be outside? Inconsideracy.